This is the best bourbon I've had all year. What's up guys, welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, and today we're going to be talking about Bardstown Single Barrel. And this bottle in particular is going to be coming from Rick House B, floor number 5, and of course it's 126.8 proof, which means it's definitely got some heat to it. Now that also might have to do with its cask strength, but it is aged for 6 years, so it's definitely going to have a lot of flavor to it. Now the mash bill on this is going to be 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley. Now I've had this before. I taste the rye, but I definitely don't taste like 36%, so I wouldn't categorize this as like a rye whiskey, even though it's got 36% of it. Now, if you watched my most recent live stream, you guys voted and you got to choose which bottle I opened up on the live. This was the winner. Now, what I come to find out with higher proof whiskeys, when you take that first pour, like the bottle pour or the neck pour, sometimes it's hard to give a review right out the gate on something like that, especially on the higher proof stuff. So I spent the weekend and I was drinking this. You know, I had a few random pours, but I also made a few old fashions, which are actually really good. But I figured I'd go ahead and give you a review today so we can just kind of break it down together. I'll let you know what it's like on the nose, the palate, and that way you guys can decide for yourself, is this something you want to try? All right, let's see what the nose is looking like. Yeah, just like last time when I first tried this, I had to check the bottle to make sure it wasn't mixed with like a chocolate liqueur, because it hits you heavy with the chocolate notes. Not just like a Woodford's Double Oak has like a couple hints of chocolate. You kind of tell it's in the background. This one is chocolate forward on the nose. Now, you still get a couple of notes as well. Like you get a little bit of oak, you get a little bit of caramel, things like that. But the main note here is going to be chocolate, which I actually like quite a bit. It's very pleasant on the nose, but it's not too much to where you feel like you're having a dessert. We know the nose is good. Let's go ahead and see what it's like on the palate. Yeah, it's definitely got some heat on it. I mean, it's not too much though for like 126 proof. You got to kind of know what you're walking into with something like that. But the very first note to get right off the bat is going to be that chocolate note. I like that a lot. Usually chocolate notes pair really well in old fashions, and that's typically what I'm looking for with a bourbon. But the other stuff you kind of get is like on the palate is going to be like a chocolate covered strawberry, a couple fruit notes, of course the caramel notes kind of lingering in the background, and that heat kind of dissipates really quick, which if you like a higher proof whiskey and you don't like the burning feeling in a sense, then maybe you don't have a higher proof whiskey. But the caveat to that, this one kind of dissipates fairly quick, so it's like a quick burn. So I actually like that quite a bit. Now for me, when I kind of decide on, is this bottle worth it? Honestly, it's probably my favorite bottle I've had this year so far. I know we're new into the year, but the big question mark really comes in is it worth the price, and are you going to choose this over something else? Now this bottle is coming in right around 70 bucks. And I've seen it anywhere from 70 to 100. It just depends on like where you're at in the world. I'm currently in Jacksonville, Florida, and I found it wasn't on sale, but it was kind of like here's a MSRP version, 70 bucks. Take it or leave it. I definitely think it's worth that $70 price point. I'd like it lower. Obviously, I'd much rather pay less for a good bottle of bourbon, but at the same time, 70 bucks, that's a solid bottle. Do I find it better than something else though? Obviously not. There's definitely better bourbons and whiskeys out there, but I think this is definitely something that I want to kind of venture into a little bit more, find out what the other Bardstown bottles taste like, figure out if they're up my alley. A lot of people recommend the Bardstown Rye. Apparently that one's one of the better ones, so if I can find that one, I'll go ahead and pick that up for a review as well. But let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like Bardstown? Have you had the rye? Have you had the single barrel? And again, if you like videos like this, go ahead and like, subscribe, do all that jazz, and I will see you guys on the other side. Peace.